Mama, as the holidays are getting closer, do you ever feel the knot in your stomach start to tighten? You love your family. You love the idea of making memories, but sometimes it feels like everyone else gets a say in how your child should behave and how you should parent. And before you know it, you're walking on eggshells, trying to keep everyone happy while ignoring the quiet whisper in your heart that says, this doesn't feel right. In today's episode, we're talking about how to choose peace over pressure, how to honor your child's needs and your own emotional boundaries, and the leading of the Holy Spirit, even when others don't understand. Mama, are you tired of meltdowns stealing the peace in your home? Welcome to Parenting Beyond Meltdowns. I'm Amanda, a Christian life coach and a mom of a strong-willed neurospicy teen. If you've tried everything from consequences, parenting books, crying out to the Father, and still feel like you're failing, you're not alone. Inside this podcast, we'll explore how faith, emotional regulation, and connection work together so that you can parent from a place of peace, even in the hardest moments. You don't have to hold it all together here. This is a safe space to lay it all down. Welcome. When you leave a review for the podcast, it blesses other mamas just like you to know that they're not alone. You can leave a review on the podcast by going to Apple Podcasts, scrolling to the bottom of the episodes on the main page where you'll see the words ratings and reviews. You should be able to see reviews already there. You can click 5 stars and leave a written review. Leaving a review helps mamas just like you find us. I want to start by sharing a story. There was a Thanksgiving when my son was little, maybe 3 or 4 years old. Back then, we didn't have labels or diagnoses, just a little boy who was being a little boy. Every year, our extended family gathered for holidays, 30 or 40 people all together. The noise, the talking, the clanking dishes, the chaos. It was a lot. What I didn't realize at the time was that my son had sensory processing challenges, and being around that much stimulation was simply too much for him. So while everyone else was sitting at the big family table, he was in the other room, happily playing with his cars. He was content. I was relieved. It felt like a win-win, until one of my aunts decided that it wasn't. She insisted that he had to come to the table to be with the family. I gently said, he's fine, he'll eat when he's hungry, but she kept pushing. And even though everything inside me knew it wasn't right for us, I caved to the pressure. So I went and got him, brought him to the table, and tried to keep a restless little boy sitting still when he wanted nothing more than to play. It didn't go well. He was unhappy, I was frustrated and on edge. And instead of enjoying a peaceful meal, I spent the entire time trying to manage a situation that could have been avoided. Looking back, I wish I had said no. I wish that I had trusted that quiet nudge in my spirit, the one that said, he's okay, you're okay. Because that day, I didn't choose what was best for us. I chose what I thought was expected of me, to please others, to keep the peace, and to fall in line. It wasn't until years later, after a lot of reflection, that I realized something deeper was going on. Growing up, I was the kid who always did what she was told and what was expected. I learned early on to fall in line. So even though I was an adult that day, when an older family member came to me and said, you should do this, I went back into the old pattern of obey, comply, and don't cause conflict. But it cost me something. Because whether my son knew it or not, in that moment, he needed me to have his back. And I didn't. It took me years and a lot of trials to finally learn and to choose us, to choose what was best for him and what was best for me, even when other people didn't understand. And that's why I'm sharing this story with you today. Mama, I want to remind you that you can too. You can choose peace over pressure. You can choose connection over compliance. You can listen to that still small voice and have your own back and your child's. The holidays can be beautiful and they can be really hard, especially when you're parenting a strong-willed or neurodivergent child who doesn't fit the mold of what others expect. And sometimes the hardest part isn't the meltdowns or the transitions, it's the comments, the unsolicited advice, the judgmental looks, the comparison, the pressure to make your child and yourself look normal. Let's take a deep breath together and walk through a few truths that can help you stay grounded and peaceful no matter who's watching or what they're saying. Truth number 1, you're the expert on your child. No one else knows your child the way that you do. Not your aunt, your mom, not the well-meaning relative who insists that your child just needs discipline. You've spent hours praying, researching, showing up, and loving your child through things that others don't even see and some can't even imagine. You have permission to trust that you and the Father are the ones who knows what's best. Truth number 2, you're allowed to set boundaries. Boundaries aren't walls, they're clarity. You can say, we're going to be arriving a little later this year, or we'll step out for a break if things get too overwhelming. No, thank you, that doesn't work for us. You don't owe anyone an explanation for doing what keeps your peace and your child regulated. And remember, boundaries protect love. They make room for connection instead of resentment. Truth number 3, you don't need to fix how others feel. You might see disappointment on someone's face. You might feel the tension when you choose differently, but their reaction doesn't mean you're wrong. Their discomfort doesn't mean you're failing. You're not responsible for managing anyone else's emotions but your own. And when you anchor your peace in the Father instead of people's approval, you will walk into a room knowing who you are and whose you are. Truth number 4, your child deserves to feel safe. Holidays can be sensory overload. New places, loud rooms, unfamiliar food, pressure to perform. Your job isn't to make your child look well behaved. It's to create an environment where they feel secure enough to be themselves. Sometimes that means taking a walk outside. Sometimes it means skipping an event altogether. And sometimes it's just sitting quietly together in the middle of the chaos, reminding your child that they are loved exactly as they are. Truth number 5, you can choose peace over performance. You're not responsible for creating a picture-perfect holiday. You are called to create connection. So when pressure builds, take a moment and pray. Father, help me anchor my heart in your peace, not in the opinions of others. You'll be amazed how a simple prayer can change the atmosphere inside and out. Here's some ways that you can choose peace without confrontation. Number 1 would be to plan ahead for triggers. You can prepare your heart and your child's environment. Whether that means bringing noise-canceling headphones, a favorite toy, or a space to retreat to, peace can look like creating a soft place to land before the chaos begins. 2, you can ground yourself in truth. When others have opinions, you can silently repeat a truth like, I am a good mom and I know my child best. You don't have to prove your peace to anyone. You can simply just walk in it. 3, practice the pause. Instead of reacting or defending, you can take a slow breath and say less. Silence can be sacred. You don't owe anyone an explanation. 4, choose presence over performance. You can release the pressure to make things perfect or to please everyone. Your worth isn't measured by how happy everyone else is. It's found in how anchored you are in the Father. 5, find your exit plan. Have a calm way to step away. A short walk, a bathroom break, a drive home early if needed. Leaving early doesn't mean you failed. It means that you honored your peace. And sometimes staying home means the same. 6, pray for strength in the moment. Even a whispered prayer can shift your heart. When words fail, invite the Father into this space. He brings peace no one else can take away. Mama, choosing peace doesn't always mean standing up to everyone around you. Sometimes it just means quietly standing with the Father. It's choosing to breathe instead of defend, to step away instead of explain, to let go of proving yourself and simply rest in the truth that you and your child are safe, loved, and seen, even if no one else understands. That is strength. That is peace. Our faith anchor today is, the fear of man lays a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord is safe. Proverbs 29:25. When you choose peace over pressure, you're choosing trust. You're saying, I trust that the Father knows what's best for us, even if others don't understand. You're showing your child what it looks like to walk in faith instead of fear, to follow peace instead of people. The challenge of the week is that I want you to take time to pray over your plans before the holiday. Ask the Father to show you what peace looks like for you and your family this year. Write down one simple boundary that would help protect that peace. Maybe it's saying no. Maybe it's stepping out for a break or letting your child play in another room. And then ask him to give you the courage to follow through when the pressure rises. Remember, peace doesn't always mean everybody's happy. Sometimes it just means you stayed anchored in love and obedience to the Father. Sweet friend, if you've been looking for permission to do things differently this holiday season, here's your permission slip. You're not failing when you're parenting differently. You're being faithful to the child that you've been entrusted with. You don't have to prove your parenting to anyone. You just have to walk in love, anchored in peace, and confident in the one who's called you to this. This Thanksgiving, give yourself permission to choose what's best for your child, for your peace, and for your family's heart. You are doing sacred work, Mama. Keep going and keep choosing peace over pressure. I'm going to have a short episode next week that's just filled with love and encouragement for you. It will be posted early so you can pop that in your ears before the day starts. I hope that it blesses you. If you want to go deeper into encouragement like this, join my insiders list and my Facebook group. Both are linked in the show notes today. Each week in my insiders list, I share the latest podcast episode, faith-filled reminders, and the challenge of the week, all designed to help you stay anchored in who the Father says you are. And inside my Facebook group, we walk it out together, setting our mindset on Mondays, celebrating wins on Wednesdays, and finding connection and encouragement with other mamas who truly get it. Come be a part of our community that reminds you that you are not alone. You are growing and you are doing holy work right where you are. Hey, sweet mama, I hope you loved today's episode. Can you do me a favor? If this episode spoke to your heart, would you take 30 seconds and share it with a mama in your life who needs to know they are not alone? Also, would you leave a quick review on Apple Podcasts for me? It blesses my heart to know that this show is giving you hope in hard moments. All right, I'm off to grab some protein because love and grace flows easier when you're not just running on fumes and coffee. I'll meet you back here next week for another honest and hope-filled conversation. In the meantime, Mama, stay rooted in faith and anchored in love.